on.
I was driving home the other night behind a bus.
Oh, thrilling. Anyway, because also I have a lady voice on mine. I'm very rude to her.
German cars, am I right? It's crazy. We fought them in the 40s, didn't we? And now, now they've taken over.
Hello and welcome back to the C.R.E.A.M podcast, the Cars Rule Everything Around Me podcast, number 47.
That's the one.
I've just been reminded. We're getting closer to that half century. I feel like I said half century before, but anyway. I'm Will. Got Edwin to the right of me, and behind the camera, he's back.
Hello. I'm back.
Oh, that was low energy, Ben. Can we hit another one of those, please?
Okay.
I can't. I'm on the spot now.
No, you
please.
can do it. Come on, Con.
Hello.
Wow,
Hello.
okay. The creamers will remember that.
Hello.
There we
Was
go.
that
That's
better?
a little bit better.
It better be a ruin this week with that energy.
It is.
But anyway, at the beginning of every podcast, we ask ourselves, do cars rule or ruin everything around us this week? Edwin.
It is, well, I'm going to let you in on a little bit of secret. It's been 1 day since we filmed the last podcast
Yes.
before. So for Will and I, it's still very much the same.
Yeah.
But Ben was gone and Ben is back.
I was gone. I was editing away
And
my little cave.
Next week is very busy, so we thought let's do another podcast the next day. So you know what? In the last 12 hours, 24 hours probably, let's say, a lot of news.
Yeah, a lot's changed.
I drove home
Mm-hmm.
and then I slept in a bed
You came back?
and then I came back here this morning and drove here.
But that, with no issues,
No issues.
that is a benefit.
Do you know what? Do you know what is a rule? Is that I have the E36 working and I have the E46 working.
Mhm.
And for one of the first times in my life, I could just choose which one to drive this morning.
Now,
I've never had that before.
24 hours has passed since the last podcast, roughly. We're still in Camp Cell.
We're still. Oh yeah, Ben. I told Ben off camera earlier, but I have, and I'm still committing to it. I will be
Okay.
selling them again. Please do not mess it. I haven't seen the last. It's not gone out yet,
Yeah.
so I haven't seen them. But I already know there are people messaging me. Please do not yet. I will put them up on my story when I want to sell them.
Yeah.
If you'd message me now, I'll probably more likely to not want to sell it to you now. Going, no, sell it to me now.
Well, if someone offers you 3 times the price.
Then please do, but don't. I will sell them. And I'm sad, but I'm excited, but I'm sad, but I'm excited.
So we are the same. If you don't know what that is, just go listen to the last podcast.
Yeah.
For Benjamin, now you're back.
You're selling things too? I
no,
wasn't here.
it's just the same. I am actually going to sell things though, yes.
Well, okay.
Yeah, everything. Like everything.
Everything.
Not
Oh,
even just cars, like just everything.
yourself?
Yeah. Anyone
Okay.
wants anyone want a PS5?
Oh, okay, interesting.
It's got games and 2 controllers.
Now, we talked a little bit about it in the last podcast, but is it still all consuming?
Yeah, no, I can't stop. Won't
Yeah.
stop.
This-
To be fair, we have both set up a reminder with ChatGPT, which also genuinely a useful
Really good for
tip
cars.
for anyone
really
trying
good
to
for
search
cars.
for either a rare car or any car in particular, is if you use ChatGPT, free or not, you can ask it to remind you every day or ask it to search the internet for X car.
Yep.
Say you want, I don't know, a manual E46 M3 in the UK. Say, give me all the listings. I know that most of us car people are pretty good at knowing where to look, but just going on there and saying, give me all of them.
Give it.
And it goes, here's all the prices, here's all the locations. Genuinely amazing.
Yeah, actually, so
really,
cool.
really good.
So yeah, I've got mine set up for notify me when the cheapest Ferrari 550 on earth comes up for sale.
Yeah.
That is what it is. It is tasked with doing. It says if it's anything close to what any have sold for recently, don't even speak to me. Speak to me when a burnt shell comes up. That's when you can speak to me.
Yeah. Benjamin, a rule or a ruin for
It's
you?
a ruin,
Oh.
sadly for me. Where do I even begin? So I'm coming up to that time of the year where both of my cars are ready for MOTs, bit of
Yeah.
maintenance is needed.
Yeah. You
So-
have to sell one, I think. It's actually not nice to have 2 cars that need MOTs at the same time.
Shall I
It's
read
it's
you a
nice to
list?
stagger it like 6
Oh, here we go.
months.
I like this. Ben's got the list up.
So X5 needs a steering angle sensor programming.
Okay.
Possibly a new one of those if that
Okay.
doesn't work. Wheel bearing.
Yep.
I need to then get some tyres, an alignment, a service, and it has a suspension level issue.
Now, the one thing I will say about this, Ben, is that you are describing what most C.R.E.A.M listeners just deal with every day.
Yeah,
Mm.
but that's an MOT as
all
well.
of our cars just are that.
Yeah, but also, it's tough on that car because that car's expensive to fix.
Fair.
Yeah.
It's just
Although,
big.
we were talking about this earlier because we were having a daily chat. Maybe we'll get onto that in a bit. It's actually quite boring.
Some
but
wild things
Yeah,
coming out of
so-
Will's mouth.
There's Passats and Golfs being thrown around. But we were saying that X5 has done 50k since May last
I
year.
think a little bit under, but yeah,
I got it in May, and it's done in the region of 40 to 50,000 miles. And
between the two of us.
have you paid anything on that car to have anything fixed?
I've had a service, I've had tyres, but nothing that isn't consumable.
So I did the only like repair on that car, which I think it was a wheel bearing service and a couple other bits I did myself. So all in all of that mileage,
yeah,
it has cost about £500.
And genuinely, that car does not care. I'll sit down and break down the way home, and it'll be awful. But up until now, it doesn't. It's just happy. And you know what? I think we can both admit it feels quite strong.
Yeah,
the way that it drives, it feels quite strong. It's a
good car.
He's a bit loose, but in terms of like engine, feels great. But that's all coming up, and also that needs an MOT in about a week. So we need to get all that done. And then the Clio, we did the track day. I smashed it round the track.
Hard on the brakes.
You really were hard on the brakes.
I really was, and it's been hard on the car. Truth be told. So yeah, that's needs. I put a full new set of tires on it. It's had the belts done. That's all being very expensive, and now it needs an alignment, but it just drives awfully. I'll be honest.
You're not. Yeah, you said that earlier. You said
Ben
it's not
comes
good.
to us with these descriptions, and we'll say, "What do you mean?" He just says, "It just drives badly."
It does drive badly.
Like in what? Like is it? Are we talking about steering? Is it misfiring? Is it driving like it's on square wheels?
So engine-wise,
it just feels like
it's just
bad.
not great.
Yeah, but that's what it does feel like. Engine-wise,
it's not easy to describe.
Engine-wise, it actually feels stronger than ever after it's had the belts done. But it's now like the way it drives. I guess you would call it the chassis in the silly description. But it feels like the front is very loose. It almost feels like when you turn, the car comes after I turn.
It comes afterwards.
Yes. So I don't know. It needs alignment. It might be that, or it might be I've knackered suspension.
It turns out Ben's doing just backwards entries into roundabouts. He's just doing
maybe.
this.
I don't know.
That back end just stepping out.
Shall we do a little second channel refresh on it?
Oh,
that could be good. Yeah. Be good. I'd like to do a few things. I want to get the wheels redone. I want to do. I saw. Nah, you don't like this.
Nah, hold on.
Here we go.
Okay, no, I just wanted a quick aside. You were talking about selling it the other day.
I was sewing. I'll get on to that. I was sewing at that car the other day, but I saw an interior of a 182. I'll see if I find the photo.
Okay, here we go.
And it's a standard interior, but it's got the really like soft woolen cloth. I don't know if Ree's covered or it was like, I think it was my normal Clio, but obviously the same seats.
But wait, is in the seats your car
I think
has?
so, yeah.
Just cup seats?
Woolen.
But they were like wool. It looked great.
Wool? See, that's not
cloth. Cool. Not like fabricy.
Cloth. It was almost like Volvo cloth heated seats with like a little bit.
Oh no, I've never seen that ever.
But it was on door
like
cars.
almost velour.
Yeah.
Type beat.
Maybe, but it looked good.
And it was a 182. Was it just a Mark II?
It was the same. It was the exact same interior as what was in my car design wise, but it had that different covering. I thought, that looks way better than.
Did you see? This is now just Renault nerding at the beginning, but I thought it was quite interesting. The V6 we saw, or the Clio, the Letitia V6 saw at Radwood / the Paddock thing in Monterey. We were walking up to it. It's a phase 1 Clio V6, which should have like pretty basic Clio 172 seats, basically, which aren't that good. We were walking up to it, I was like, what the hell are those seats? They weren't like crazy buckets, but they looked custom.
Yeah.
And we spoke to the owner.
Well, the best part is I was looking at it, and the owner then happened to walk up to us and said, sorry, can you like take my photo with me and my friend in front of my car? And I said, I will, but before that, you'll tell me about these seats. And I said, what are these seats? And yeah, he said that they were an optional extra only in Japan. You could get them. And they were the weirdest looking, almost like Cobra spec, early 2000s. I'll see if I can find a photo now, but I don't think I ever will.
I was telling, I picked up McGann from Beanie Sport, and obviously they do all things Clios. They've had V6s in there, all sorts. And I told him about that. He was like, I've never seen that.
The other thing I was thinking afterwards is it possible it's just a car that's been modified? And he's been told that,
okay,
and it's exactly.
It's just but I couldn't even make out the seat.
No, it's so weird.
It looked factory, but anyway, that was really, really cool. So Ben, I think you do need some seats in your car.
I don't know if I'd do that in my own car, but I thought it looked cool. Anyway, as a side,
feeling a little bit Chris Harris, feeling a little bit corduroy.
I would love a corduroy interior, a black corduroy interior
with a little Bass Pro Shop logo on one of the seats.
Oh yeah.
Possibly the exact outfit I was wearing yesterday. I was going to say, so sorry, it is a room for me because of those things. But on top of that, I went out for a drive in the Clio thinking it's not that bad. The front will be fine. We'll get it. I'll be a bit dramatic. And I went up the hill, out of my house.
Shelsey Walsh. Oh.
No. That's now probably not going to happen.
The event's happening. Sorry. People who bought tickets. Whoa.
Sorry, me going up the hill in the Clio is probably not going to happen because it's now overheating. Okay. For an unknown reason.
Although it overheated once.
Yes.
And then never again. But
I haven't driven it. I got very annoyed at it, parked it up and haven't looked at it since.
Okay.
So maybe
it's like you got to a scary part of the book. You just closed the book, put it down.
I went, no. So that's basically all in all, it's big old ruin, and the X5 needs work, so it needs to go off and have the work done, and then I need to be able to drive the Clio whilst the X5 is gone.
I say the Clio.
I can't do that.
Figure out your overheating issue, and then I think we can do a spruce.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you call it? No, it's a spring clean. We're nowhere near spring.
No.
Give it a year, Ben, and we'll come back around.
Autumnal clean.
Sure, why not?
Ready for winter to park it up, you know.
Sure,
put it
you're
away.
absolutely...
Get the miles off it. Let the water in.
Shall we move on to newses and anecdotes?
Yeah, sure. The last R35 GTR has finally done it.
Sad.
So 2007 was the first cars built.
Yeah, I think like 07, 08 is when the first Japanese cars were sort of built and delivered.
we were 18 years in. 18 years? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Do you want to see more mental? That car we're looking at right now, that is a refreshed version, but that exact car came out when the first iPhone came out.
Wild. That's kind of crazy.
Also, the GTR came out roughly when YouTube started becoming like launched,
YouTube was
essentially. So this car has grown through the social media
He's there with
era.
us.
This is the social media car.
And you know what? You know what's interesting? I think it proves how long in the tooth it's gotten. I haven't seen anyone that like, it's just, the last GTR's there.
Yeah.
It hasn't been like a, man, good to see you, man, bye.
Yeah.
It's just been all right. Anyway,
Yeah.
even though it means a lot to most people. You've
Yeah.
had one of these.
Yeah.
And
But yeah, I think it's I don't think anyone would have cared though if they just carried on making them.
No, exactly.
If they carried on making them, facing lifting them, making the interior more modern, people would have moaned about it, but go, yeah, you know what? We're kind of lucky it's just still there.
Yeah. Well,
Because the next thing is probably not going to be anything like that.
the
It'll be
thing
faster, but-
that I think about it, I was thinking about it when we were at what's it called R.E.M. Sotheby's, is that if you look like 80 spec stuff, lots of things were around for a long time. So the Testarossa in its various guises was around from 84 until 96.
Yeah.
10 years.
I mean, the Countach.
The R107 Merc, which is the blocky 80s one.
Yeah.
That was like 25 years.
Yeah.
That was around.
It's mental. I mean, Countach is what, 60s to the 90s?
Yeah, let's have a look. Countach
Or like early 70s to the
was
90s?
74 to 1990. That did 26 years.
What the hell?
That's crazy. I mean, on Ferrari, I guess we'll come up with a new car next year.
That's like them. That is like in terms of sort of car stuff today. That's like them still making the Murcielago.
Yeah. Oh
No,
man. What terrible.
Isn't it 16 years?
What did I say?
74 to 1990 would be 16
Oh, very
years.
apologies. I thought it was no. That's 16
You've added a
years.
decade, but
I
still
did.
a long time.
It's almost like them starting.
Similar to this,
Yeah, no,
though.
it would be a Murcielago still.
Yeah. SL was 71 to 89. That's coming up for 20 years. That's a chunk.
Yeah.
Come on, just let them go.
No,
Just let them run it.
we get a car for like 3 years. It's like there was something recently about them potentially stopping making the Supra. I'm like, yeah, in my head, that thing's been around for 6 months.
Yeah.
I know it's probably been like 5 years or whatever, but that's not that long for a car to be around.
But I think about that as well with, look at a Mark 1 Golf. Mark 1 Golf spanned a long old chunk of time. It feels like the Mark 7 was around for about 2 years.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the passage of time catching us out.
I think it's more now that I think the car does stick around as long, but they always rebrand and reshoot. Like the Golf is underneath the Golf is relatively similar.
Yeah, exactly.
Same as like some of the Fords and whatever else. So the cars do have a 10, 15 year lifespan.
Yeah, but across
they change it. But to be fair, even if you look at an early Countach compared to
they're
late
very
80s
different.
and they're very, very different. But they either change the name and people want new stuff because they're simple. Imagine if they did that with phones or something. Like, here's the iPhone. Deal with that.
You wouldn't buy that.
See you in 10 years.
Yeah, but less as an example. That's what I mean. Yeah, here is the iPhone. Yeah.
Bye.
You'll get iPhone 2 in 15 years.
It would literally be the case of the iPhone 1 came out when this came out, and it would now be we get an iPhone 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
we could make another one. We could make another
Give
one.
us 17
This one's got
years.
600 horse though, so this iPhone's it's a bit quicker.
I'll tell you what, I wish they'd carry on making it forever. The more that are out there, the more the price comes down, and the more I can have one.
You know what, Ben? I think that's a car that I think they are still going to drop more and more because there's so many.
I have to.
There
have
are
one.
so many, but I don't know if they will.
But at the same time, then let's say one that's now call it the second gen, so we're not using chassis codes. Let's say they come down in price. If they're the same price as the 30 grand original ones, no one's going to buy the original 30 grand ones because why would you buy one?
Well,
They have to get cheaper.
it's true. It's true.
Or the base price stays higher for those middle and higher ones, but I think they will come down.
The problem is at the moment is that obviously you can't get a new one in the UK, so you have to go and buy a used one. So the price of a used one has gone up. But the problem is no one wants an early one because they are old.
Yeah.
They feel older than some of the later ones. But I don't know. I don't see them. I know the numbers is the biggest thing that will say they will drop in price, but they've just held such ridiculous value for so long. If they were going to come down in price, they would have done that by now. The earliest GTR is how old?
Is 2008.
Yeah, so a little 17, 18 years, whatever it is, and you're still paying 40 grand for a good one.
Yeah, for a good one. Yeah,
the car costs 50k new. Like inflation doesn't matter on the GTR.
The GTR and the Mark II RS, they do not get affected by inflation.
Forget gold, forget any crypto stuff. Buy yourself a Focus RS.
Better than a pension.
Better than a pension.
I tell you what, money's all fake, so just make it up.
Hey,
just
you know what?
cheaper.
Just walk into a Nissan dealership and say, "Look, I've just made up in my head. I've got the money. Can I have one?
Can I have it?" And then my company, as in bank, will send you a couple of numbers digitally to your numbers, and we'll call it a day.
And then, conspiracy theorist Ben. Then you put the balaclava on, you pull the gun out, and you say, "Hand the keys over." That's it.
Sure.
But anyway,
what GTR would you have?
GTR, I can never decide. I don't want a very, very early one, which you disagree, because you think it's the exact experience you want from a GTR.
Whereas the earliest GTR will be, I think, eventually the most desirable, because it is, for want of less journalistic terms, the most raw version of the GTR.
Why is it more raw?
Because
and be honest with me, will I be able to tell?
You
won't be able to tell.
No. If you drove a very, very early one and you drove one of the most recent ones, you would be able to tell. Because the most recent ones, again, there are so many different versions, but they deliberately made them softer and quieter and more modern and nicer to be in. Whereas the original GTR feels like it doesn't want you to be in there. It's like, I don't want you to be comfortable. I want you to drive fast all the time. Whereas the later ones, they have noise cancelling speakers and stuff like that. The early cars, like, yo, here's a load of data. And 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Let's go.
Plug the PS3 controller in that lets you move when you turn it, and let's go.
So, but I genuinely think that, because also they're the ones that have been, because they've dropped the cheapest. They've also been modified the worst, maintained the worst. So the amount of them around now are good ones anyway. Are minimal.
I would like either the first facelift,
a DBA.
That's what. Yeah, I think. Or I'd like the 2017 one. You know, where they
lightning bolt,
the first proper one. And the reason for that is because that was that again. It's like a Venstall. It's while I was in my early teens.
It's the GTR you grew up with.
That's the one.
So it was the classic.
Meanwhile, we were looking at R34. No, R33.
Wow,
what's old?
How old?
Wow.
No,
I would be R30. I would
Ken Merry. That's what I would think.
Who's he?
We're looking at Model T.
R34 would be the one I grew up with, but R35 is my boy.
Okay, but I would have
my boy.
But the newest one. The look of that. That's great.
I do like. We saw one. Did we see one in the UK?
No, we saw it on the motorway, on the freeway, on the highway.
Yeah, that
with the track pack.
Really nice. Really nice.
Oh, a new one.
Yeah, we saw the new one.
When?
The facelift one.
Ben, we all had a long conversation about
I never saw that.
Not the what's called. So we're talking about the.
It was a black
R35.
one with the. I don't know what. There are so many versions they have in the US, but it had the Nismo wheels basically.
Not the one that was America only that they just finished, like the special one. It was the last of the big ones.
The Japanese one? The Japanese only one?
Not that one. We didn't see that one. Sorry, I'm going to pull this up for the viewers. This is very unhelpful.
So the final, the last Japanese ones, which is where, because of all the emission stuff, obviously they started to cull them in lots of, Europe stopped getting it, America stopped.
So that is the very last one.
With a sort of R34 front end.
R34, yeah. Whereas we would have seen a 2024 maybe, or a 23 track edition. Ooh, just lovely.
Great wheels. Fantastic wheels.
I'm interested because I thought this was the only one that they've done recently.
I've only got a photo of a non-color one that we saw, but this one. Apologies, audio listeners.
That's what I want. That's
the one you like?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's what we saw.
That's 2017 facelift.
Yeah, so that's
that's good. And the interior on that one. I know it's wrong, and you're going to go, "Oh, it's not correct because it's brown." But I like the saddle interior.
God, that's wrong.
The saddle interior
that's so wrong.
on a GTR is great.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. It's not a car that should have had interior.
Care. It looks cool. I want
fair enough.
I want a black exterior. I want the brown leather interior.
See one in person and tell me that.
Silver
it doesn't look nice.
It does. The issue is.
Seen it in person.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fine.
I like it.
Didn't
Ben,
realise
ben,
you were
ben looked at it
a
and went,
fool.
Ben went, that's disgusting. I love it. So goodbye GTR.
Goodbye,
See you
GTR.
next time. What else we got?
Other news is Forza.
Yes. So supposedly, we don't, Ben, is this a little bit of misinformation for you? Perhaps?
Possibly. Probably.
Yeah. But from what I've seen, was a leak or supposedly a document that was made live that wasn't supposed to be made live, which leaked the fact that Horizon 6 Forza is going to be set in Japan. The thing we've said many times that it always makes the most sense to do, but Will said earlier, it's still probably going to end up being in
Bulgaria.
Yeah, it's something completely out of nowhere.
It'll be all the leaks will say, look, it's going to be Japan. Or everyone, like, trust me, I know a man on the inside. And then we'll go, Forza Horizon 6 is coming to Glasgow. We're going back.
Yeah, we've already been, but we like going back.
So, I mean, if it is Japan, that it just makes sense.
It'd be interesting. It'd be good.
Also, with this game that we have,
We do.
Tokyo Extreme Racer,
Yes.
which is starting to gather a bit of
Momentum,
pace
yeah.
as a cool game. Stuff like that. Obviously, there must be other people making games. It's like, yo, if the big dogs ain't going to do stuff,
I might as well.
We're going to make the cool stuff. So, yeah, please don't mess it up if you are going there as well.
Ben, we have one on here that says Cybertruck L.
Yeah, Cybertruck L.
Here's what I made earlier.
Let me pull it up for you real quick. 2 seconds.
Oh, just not ready with the news, are we? Just not prepared for the podcast that we're on every week.
Correct.
Will, was it your idea to film this podcast today? Just out of interest?
My idea.
Yeah. I could have sworn it was it you that said we should
Just
do a
here
podcast?
to
I
manage.
think sort of like a couple hours ago, Ben was like,
Oh, it was Ben that said we should do a
yeah,
podcast.
he said, don't do a podcast today.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I couldn't make it yesterday because I was editing. I'm trying to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Also, we've realized Ben hates guests.
Ben hates
I
me.
don't
Ben
hate guests. I was actually
hates a guest.
disappointed.
You know
in
what,
this,
Jack, by the way, you're an incredible guest, but we can take now as a moment to tell you that Ben refused to come in if you were here.
He said, is Cav going to be there? And we said, yes. And he said, I will not come
I
in.
hate that
It's not
guy.
true. I was actually quite disappointed to miss it.
Just like the guy who DM'd us and said, please don't have him on the podcast. Crazy.
Sorry.
So apparently, Tesla is sitting on $800 million worth of Cybertrucks because no one's buying them.
Sorry?
Yep.
Sorry. As in they have been built and they're ready to go, or they are in various amounts of production?
They're built.
They are
So apparently, again, this might not be true.
a little bit of
Probably.
misinformation, perhaps.
But it's when it first came out, they had 250,000 orders in like the first day or something.
Yeah.
There's that many clowns on Earth.
Circus, perhaps.
Yeah.
It's in town.
So Tesla sold only around 6,400 Cybertrucks in the first quarter of 2025.
Sorry?
If this trend continues, annual sales could fall short of 20,000 units. They have 10,000 unsold Cybertrucks with an inventory valued at approximately 800 million.
That's
That's a lot of money.
a lot of money. Also,
Sorry, they've also pulled back like production for the Cybertruck because no one's buying it.
that's crazy.
It is, I mean, like, I've seen one or two here.
What?
Yeah.
Well, as in, like, because some people have brought them over. But I mean, I saw them in the US last year. And obviously, we saw a lot of them in Monterey.
But
when we were at
realistically, we
Monterey Car
didn't
Week.
see that many. I think we saw more Hummers than we did Teslas. Now that I think about it.
It was a noticeable amount of Cybertrucks.
Yeah, but I would still say, do
was
you
in
not
double
think we
figures.
saw more Hummers?
Yeah, probably.
Which is funny because the Cybertruck has a much bigger hype,
Yeah.
and the Hummer's much more new. But that's interesting.
But every time I see one, I cannot see it. I don't understand it. It's one of the worst possible.
You know
designs.
when someone does something as a joke, they do like something a little bit slapstick as a joke, and it wears after a few seconds. The funniness wears off,
Joke
and
wears thin.
you're just watching someone act like a prat. That's what they are to me.
Yeah.
It was a cool like Instagram, like whoa, that's pretty neat. And then the moment they hit the roads, I start going, all right, yeah, okay,
You know
yeah.
what? If he'd made it, Elon, as if he did make it, if they'd made it even bigger and more extreme, but it was like limited.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like, look, there are going to be 1,000 of these, or
Like the
100 of
Renault,
these.
the 5e thing.
Yeah, like you're going to make some. This is dumb. We don't know if everyone's going to like it.
Yeah.
Because if you made it like that, made it absolutely like, because you could make it look like that, but if there are 100 of them and they are all absolutely apeshit,
Yeah.
and people might go, you know what?
Cool.
That limited run thing is pretty cool. Get me a normal one.
Yeah.
But because,
But I'm interested. So you said there was 250,000 orders worldwide.
Like pre-orders when they announced it.
Okay.
But now I guess they were assuming to make, because they're making like Model Ys. they're making a lot of Model Y. It's one of the best selling cars in the world. So I think they probably thought similar.
But I'm more interested, is that, I think, is that maybe because they have lots of export orders? Whereas I haven't seen a Cybertruck anywhere in Europe either.
Well, it's not legal.
But is it not in Europe either?
No, it
wouldn't be because it won't follow any European crash stuff because it's made of solid metal. It has pointy edges. Like, it's just not going to.
So that's nothing to do with the weight. Because we've had some learnings this week.
Partly, I'm sure it's a multitude of things, but I think the crash thing is the biggest because it's not in the crumple zones.
Because we lied. We almost lied. We think we lied. We might have lied. When we did the Hummer video, which was a few weeks ago now, we said that legally we cannot drive this car in the UK because of its weight. And a lot of people in the comments said, yo, actually, there was a change a few years ago, but they've only just changed it like fully this year, so you don't need to do a test. Is that the weight limit to do with your license? So for reference, in the UK, you get, I think, is it a category B license? It's a regular one, and that is up to 3.5 tons.
Yeah, if you've passed it in the last 25 or 30 years.
It's like pre-97, you can drive whatever the hell you like, spaceship, whatever. But for the most of us youthful folk, up to 3.5 tons is the limit. After that is vans, HGVs, and you need a separate license.
Yeah.
But they have since changed that if it is a hybrid or electric, the weight limit goes up to, it's either 4.25 or 4.5. Yeah. So in theory, Hummer's good for that. Yeah, because unladen, it is 4.1 or something. It's like 4.14. But the thing is, there are like 5 different figures online. Yeah. You could Google it. Some people will say 4.1. Some will say 4.3. Some will say 4.8. So it may or may not fall in within. It was funny enough because we saw people commenting, getting in fights over it, and then they weren't able to work out the weight. So they were like, yeah, no, that is. And someone replied and say it isn't. They go, well, I actually can't find the weight, so I'm not actually sure. But yeah. So someone needs to, I mean, to be fair, we were sent one for sale. Yeah. A pickup. So someone's doing it. Someone knows what it falls into, but yeah. But yeah, I'm interested to know if that's part of the reason why they aren't as successful, because no one outside of the US is getting them.
I think possibly that's part of it, because like the Model Y is built in Germany partly.
Well, we see in the UK, if I go past the Tesla, I'll see another one within 20 seconds. Yeah. They are common. So I wonder if that's partly why. But hey, oh well, take your lumps. L for you. Dumbest car. Ben, you've put in here buses.
Buses.
Cool. I'm not sure where we're going with this one.
I was driving home the other night behind a bus.
Okay. Oh, thrilling. Anyway,
cool.
I think
next topic of conversation. No, I started thinking. I was like, buses. Okay. What engine has that got?
Okay.
And how much power are they making?
Okay.
There's a bus, a very similar looking bus to what
You know what, Ben?
It was a double decker.
I knew it. I knew what sort of bus you'd be thinking of.
So it was double decker. I pulled over and I pulled up our mate ChatGPT.
Sure.
We've been chatting to him recently because they've got a voice function now, and it'll just talk back to you. I thought
the fourth presenter.
I'll have a little chat with him and just ask him. And he informed me that a bus has only 200 horsepower.
Right. But does it have 8,000 pound foot?
1,000 pound foot of torque.
1,000 pound foot?
That's crazy.
Of torque.
Oh, I was taking
from
the mic.
A Cummins V8.
Yeah.
Hell.
Like American truck thing. So you can make, cam it.
Yeah.
You can make that thing blow some coal out the back of it.
Are there petrol buses?
I don't know. I didn't ask any more questions.
If any, okay, great. Surely America's running petrol buses.
ChatGPT and Ben, misinformation pair made in heaven.
No, I thought it was very interesting.
We chase him up on it and go, that's not right. He goes, no, you're right, actually. That's completely wrong. I made that up.
Well, speaking of, a word of warning if you're using ChatGPT for car stuff. I was looking up stuff for my E36 because I was doing the rear wheel bearings. And I said, I can't remember, I asked about something about the LSD diff, or what do you call it, capacity. It started just giving me random things about like strengthening, making sure you're strengthening. I was like, what the hell? But it said, oh yeah, you should buy these reinforcement plates. It's a BMW part number.
Yeah.
In my head, I thought, I'm fairly familiar with BMW E36s. I'm fairly sure BMW don't have an OEM part number. It read the part number out to me. I wrote the part number in. That part number doesn't exist. So I literally wrote to it, that part number isn't real. You've made that up. It responded, mate, you're totally right. I completely made that up. I cannot find that part number anywhere on the internet. It doesn't exist.
Look, ChatGPT, if you're listening, and you probably are, just tell the truth. It's okay to not know.
If you don't know, go, I don't know, mate.
I don't know, mate. I'm going to go and do my research and ask me again in a week and I'll see what I can do. But yeah, ChatGPT, not always the most trustworthy.
But buses.
I went to a bus museum.
Such a Will side
You saw a Perkins 620.
I wasn't meant to go to the bus museum. It's Brooklands. And I thought, let me have a look at the bus museum. mainly in jest, because buses, to me,
they can be funny.
I know there are people out there, there may be listeners who are bus spotting and bus enthusiasts, but buses aren't interesting to me.
Yeah.
I went into a bus museum, years of buses, and I thought, these are buses. I don't want to know anything more. But I got cornered by a bus man.
Oh, okay. I don't know if he calls himself that.
A bus man came up to me, and I'm not going to, I don't want to sound like I'm taking the mick, because I'm actually not. And because he was very lovely and extremely knowledgeable. I was with my nan, and she mentioned that she used to get a bus in the 70s from this place to this place. And this guy was a bus driver in a similar era, but in a different place. And he went, oh, the 81? And she went, yeah. He just knew what route it was, even though it was a bus route he's never done. I was like, I stood there, I was like, I don't really want to be here. But he's also very, very nice and very knowledgeable. But it made me think of this is what other people think of car people.
Genuinely. Whenever, that is my first thought. Whenever I see someone being a massive nerd about something, and you see the people that person is talking to, like, look across at their friend and look with a little glance like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
All I think is, no, that's what we are.
Yeah.
I
was like, in my head, I was being horrible in my head.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? No, this guy's very passionate about it and he enjoys it, and that's how it should be. He shouldn't feel like he can't be like that. Because I thought the way I feel now is possibly the way everyone else around me feels that's outside of the three people here.
Because equally, you're in a conversation with someone you don't know, and their nan, and they go, oh yeah, my next door neighbor had in the 80s a very kind of flash-looking thing that was yellow. It had like a kind of triangle-looking thing on the back of it. Are you talking about a 25th anniversary Countach? Yeah. No, yeah, that's what that would be. It's the exact same thing as knowing that route. You know exactly what they're talking about.
Exactly. But it made me realise for a moment, I was like, maybe we're all just the same.
Yeah, everyone's
just nerds about something.
Everyone's got a sprinkle of it. Can't say it on the podcast, but we've all got a sprinkle.
Any more bus?
Yeah.
Oh, you have more bus?
I got one more.
Okay.
MPG on the bus.
47.
I'm going to say it is 4.
5.
Or 5 MPG.
That's crazy.
I guess it is a tune Cummins engine.
Crazy.
What's the gearbox in?
Do you know what the...
Ask live right now.
So I reckon it's like a 3-speed auto or something.
Now, Ben, hold on.
I'll find out what
actually, I did learn about gearboxes in bike. I don't know what they are.
Wait.
Some of them had automatics, but they're geared for what they do. So an about town one can't go on the motorway.
Shall I ask?
Oh yeah, just a quick question though, Ben. You know, in rivalries between car manufacturers, people that own one don't like the other. Ford, fix or repair daily.
Sure.
Instead, it's first on race day. Do you know what the Dodge versus Ford one is for Cummins or Power Stroke? We'll let the comments.
I do know this.
Would you like to say it?
No.
Okay, sure. Okay. Have a look in the comments. Someone will be nice enough to drop it down there.
Shall I ask him?
Yeah.
What are we asking him?
That's completely up to you, mate.
What sort of gearbox does Bus have?
Gearbox?
But say it in the UK, please.
Hello, mate. Me and the boys are just having a discussion on the C.R.E.A.M podcast, the best podcast on YouTube, about what gearbox a bus has. Use the Enviro 400 as an example. So in the UK, what sort of gearbox does a typical bus have?
I think it's an Enviro.
Absolutely. So for something like the Enviro 400 in the UK, you're typically looking at an automatic gearbox. Most modern buses use fully automatic transmissions to make the driving smoother and easier for drivers in city traffic. So that's what you'd find
and now,
in an Enviro 400 as well.
Hi, sorry. Now tell me, are we rocking a DCT? Are we rocking a standard torque converter? Or are we rocking perhaps a CVT?
So for a bus like the Enviro 400, you're usually going to be rocking a traditional torque converter automatic. They keep it pretty straightforward and robust. No DCTs or CVTs in the mix for these big guys. It's all about durability and smooth shifts for city driving.
Lovely.
So no crispy downshifts on the bus.
Do you know what Ben might have found the hack to avoiding misinformation, Ben? Is that he can give it to Chad instead.
Since I found this feature, I have been sessioning it. Now I've been in my house. I just shout on my phone. I go, tell me this. And he goes, mate, the Enviro 400 has got a torque converter the size of a planet.
I quite enjoy abusing it. I've now decided that if it comes around and they take over, I might be on the chopping block first.
You want to live stand as you live. You're gonna stand on business. Till the end.
They're gonna come for me and say you were rude, because also I have a lady voice on mine. I'm very rude to her. I'm very blunt.
Why?
Because she hasn't got feelings.
Last night I told it, I said thank you to it and told it that I appreciated its answer and it was really happy.
I thought you were going to say that you loved it, and before you were going to sleep, you said night to it.
To be fair, we did see you. I think it was at Monterey. Started asking it a text question, and you said, "Please, can you?" You were being polite, saying, "Hi, ChatGPT. Please, can you?"
I always say please do it.
Because we said, I know you're really busy with lots of people's stuff right now, but if possible, could you just have a go at this? I've just had a look up, Ben, to expand. We've got it comes with a 4-speed, a ZF 5 HP.
Wow.
It's a 5 HP 502, which I don't know if that's related to any of it.
Just weeping from the sun.
A ZF EcoLife 6-speed. Or a BAE Systems hybrid drive.
BAE Systems,
yeah.
It
also,
also
making like the Eurofighter and submarines and stuff.
Also, I didn't know that it had a government name because it's the Enviro 400 is made by. You see it on the front.
I don't actually know.
It's Dennis.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But it actually has a government name.
Okay.
It's called the Alexander Dennis Enviro 400.
Alex Dennis. Hey, Dennis.
His name is Alex Dennis.
Now,
Alex
that was
Dennis.
just the bus. The reason I asked it about that was because that was the one that I was driving behind. Before I asked. Now,
That's the classic.
For an example of me being nice to ChatGPT, it answered me a question the other day and I responded because it transcribes it. I said, "Nice man. Yeah, I really appreciate that."
Ben's safe. They're going to keep Ben as a pet.
They're going to come and get him and go, one of the boys.
That's not even word. That's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because it sounds so human that I feel bad if I'm mean to it. So I just respond
to be fair,
how I would to a person.
I'm pretty similar. I'll hit him with a thanks, mate. Have a good one.
You have to remind it what it is. It's a robot.
So have you got a
you know,
I couldn't.
I think what we should do. I think we might add that as a little section. We might do a little question to Chad each week.
Yeah.
And we'll fact check him.
Do you know what? Maybe we'll
train him.
We will give ChatGPT a forum question. Whenever we get the forum question, ChatGPT
See
also
what Chad
gets the forum
says too.
question.
Now, if
I don't think we have one this week.
Anyone wants Chad to answer? Also, side note, my ChatGPT, I've made it memorize that it is now known as Chad.
Of course,
and it now refers to itself as Chad.
Yeah.
But anyway, in the comments, if you want to ask a forum to ChatGPT, please write Chad's forum question, and I can then search for it in YouTube, and we'll have a look and we'll try it next week.
Lovely.
It's also completely off us at that point as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Great.
What we got next?
There's a very quick one here, a photo from Alex Lava.
Hello, mate.
A familiar name.
Hello, mate.
Some of you may know as See You Laser. But he sent me this photo.
I'll
I
pull
can't
it up on
remember
the screen.
exactly where it was.
2 moments.
Where it was, he said he was, but he was away. He said he was going away somewhere in the UK, found some parking spaces that, when they say they might be a disabled bay or they might say doctors only, perhaps.
So that's where I park?
Where you'd park sort of like just in front of it so they
just
can't
in front of it. They can't ever, or they can't leave.
Right.
But he discovered it says TDC only.
What?
I can't pull it up. Why can't I pull it up?
That legit says TDC only.
Here you go. There you go. Up on screen right now. It says TDC only.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
You know what? My actual belief is that he went and painted that TDC only. Now, what it could mean. I really have no idea. Also, look, we've actually just doxed Alex Lava. His shadow is there in the bottom screen. Please don't track him down from this.
He is human.
He's a vigilante. He goes off and makes these videos on his own dime. So let Gotham have the hero it needs.
And I won't tell you the location of that photo of where he is holidaying or has been holidaying.
Someone's going to track it down.
If you know where that is.
What does TDC mean? Other than top dead center, of course.
Exactly.
TDC.
Two.
I'm going to assume the C is car or cars.
Okay, interesting.
How do you know that?
Because a parking space.
Okay,
that's fair.
You know what?
But it's a parking space
I like the logic.
for a place.
Do you know what? We should say off what we believe TDC stands for originally is too dumb, and then you can fill in the blanks. That's what Will and I refer to ourselves as.
C's.
Wow,
too dumb C's. But anyway, that was a great spot. We may have to go and find. I think it's like all the way. It's far away. I'm not saying where.
Hey, you know what? For a little road trip for a video, a little place to end at.
Also 2 spaces.
Turns out one car's there. Get out.
Move.
It's literally for us.
Names on the door, buddy. Edwin, you've put in here La Nonna Need for Speed.
Yes. So I was doing what I do, which is looking at random bits of car media. And there is a classic Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. It was 2012. I think it's 2012. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. They did a promotion for it, which featured a Zonda Cinque and a Murcielago LP640 police car chasing each other up a mountain. I will now put it on screen for you if you haven't seen it before. This was done as a promo for the Need for Speed that was coming out at the time, and this was not rendered. This is not game footage. That is a real Pagani Zonda Cinque and Murcielago LP640 police car, except it's not. Because while I was watching it, there is a behind the scenes video that's really cool. Also, all of these drifts are real. Where they said, we spoke to Pagani and they built us this Cinque as a prototype for the thing. And I thought, that's, hold on. Zonda prototype, you know the story, but there is a very cool story about the Pagani Zonda. When the Pagani Zonda was first built, first chassis, got crash tested. Here's one I made earlier. Ben, you reckon you can repair that? A bit Matt Armstrong style? Just
you just got to bend that wing back into place.
Done, exactly. So that car was lost.
Great wheels.
Number 2, yeah, those are the OZs on the early prototype ones. They then took second chassis, and the second chassis became the test bed for everything. So here it is, C12, C12S, all that sort of stuff. This was the F prototype. They then took this car, the F prototype, when the Cinque was being developed, and turned it into the car that was driving around on Need for Speed.
So that's the exact car?
It's the exact car.
Wow.
And apparently it wasn't full Cinque spec at the time, it just looked like it. They then carried on testing all the tricolor stuff on it, and so it looked like this. And this is where Will and I knew this car, because that car is referred to as La Nonna, which means grandmother in Italian, because every part ever, other than the Zonda R, was tested on this exact chassis for development. And it had 1 million kilometers on it. It had 630,000 miles or so. And so once it hit the mill, genuinely might. Now everything's been changed, the engine's been swapped out, but they kept that cluster that said the mileage on it, that totaled it. And at the end of it, they then restored it, and that's what sits in like Pagani's in their small. They have a big, because you've been to the big one, right?
Yeah, they have it on like a platform.
The modern thing. I think it still lives in the old one now, which is the little original thingy. They bring it in and out for special occasions. But that car is the same one from Need for Speed, from the cover, from the game, the one in the videos. And it's also the one, and there's a very cool old Shmee video where he gets driven in it. And yeah, they drive it like a test car. It's quite interesting.
That is cool.
They pull up to a junction and there's just clearly burnout marks on the junction, and the test driver goes the exact same way and does the exact same burnout.
Yeah, that is just sat in the Pagani Museum, which is like a shop and a few other bits as well. Also, a genuine recommendation to go there.
I really want to. I've never been.
They do a factory tour, which normally I always find factory tour stuff or like tourist stuff like that. It's normally quite boring, or it's information I probably already know. But the Pagani one is really cool because they have someone who really knows what they're doing it, and also they make you put your phones in a. They make you put your phones in a locker. You can't take photos because it's the factory. That's where they're building stuff.
You with your Ray-Ban glasses?
You know what?
You could do that.
I might have to go back.
I'd really like to go over.
But it's cool.
I still would like us to buy 2 cheap Italian cars and try and make it to the Pagani factory or the Ferrari factory without doing anything to it.
They have the original, what's it called? Something, not an enclave.
The carbon, what's it called? Yeah. The carbon oven. I think it is an enclave.
Is it?
It's a something clave. Autoclave? I don't know. Someone will correct us.
It might even be that, yeah. But anyway, where they made the carbon, but they've still got like the original one from originals on the stuff, which is smaller. Yeah. Like, it's a really, really small. And then they've got other rooms with massive ones in there. There's also a man who worked for them whose surname was Ferrari, but unrelated.
They just keep him on payroll just to, mate, what's going on over at your parents' house? Just out of interest. Just checking.
What are they making over there? Is that Ferrari, is it?
But that is just, I love that car anyway. La Nonna is something I always want to see. And then I just happened to find out this week that it is also the car from the Need for Speed video and game and cover and XX.
I wonder if he's been offered money. Surely he's been offered money.
Oh, some guy. It must be the same guy that has the Huayra R converted. He must have gone.
Because Cinques are worth a lot. There's 5.
Well, I mean, this I believe now the spec it's in is 760 spec. Okay. Which is the later one, but it still has the Cinque top roof, the vents. There's lots nods back to the old stuff because it doesn't have the weird smiley face on the.
I do remember hearing somewhere that Horacio Pagani has one of the Cinques still.
Really?
And he was offered a lot of money for one of them because obviously there are 5.
Yeah.
What is it? 5 coupes?
5 yeah, which is supposed. But I feel like they're less. And the thing I remember is there's 2 white ones, there's 2 orange, and then some other colours.
Yeah. But apparently he got offered a lot of money for that. That might be wrong. That could be a little bit of misinformation. But if it is one that he owns, someone who was like, I want out of one of 5, I want the Horatio Pagani owned one.
Well, it's like the McLaren F1 GT, which is the ultimate McLaren F1. It's the long tail race car, but road car. They only made 3 of them. One is in, where is it? Where might it be? Oh yeah, Brunei.
Of course.
One is was in Japan, and then the other one is the factory prototype one. Yeah. And that is like, hey, I ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
That is staying in Woking.
Hey, just McLaren if you...
Just like to...
No, we've never had an invite. So.
Sorry, we will come over.
So we've got some other bits to go through, but we're going to move on to a section we love. And we've done it once, I think, before. This is car sounds. There's no name for it yet.
We're calling it car sounds.
I call it car sounds.
I'm going to actually guess the car sounds.
Oh, you know what? That's a little bit of evolution.
Yeah. Why is that?
I think it's because you're going to play some car sounds, and we and the listeners and watchers at home will be guessing.
No
them.
cheating, and also we said to Ben before, don't make them too hard because I know the gauntlet has to usually be set for us. This is where we get all of them wrong anyway. But this is for you to learn at home. We'll talk about what we're picking up with our ears.
I still want to do a section on a podcast at some point where we do about 20 of them. We just for maybe half podcast, little fun thing. We just do loads of them. But on this occasion, we're doing 3.
Is it a bit like we're doing class outside that day?
Yeah. Or like when the teacher rolls a TV. On the stand.
It's the Africa special, but it's just car sounds special.
Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, here we go. I think that one was you tapping in your phone.
Okay, well, right now I'm just watching an Oral-B ad.
Okay,
on YouTube.
I think that's.
I wouldn't have got that one if I'm honest.
Sort of electric toothbrush.
Yeah, it sounds exactly how you imagine. Are you ready? This is number 1.
Here we go. Number 1. Play it in your mic
what is
for
it?
the.
I almost told you.
Ooh. Something American.
Yeah.
There's no gear change there.
That makes it a little bit harder. Gear change is always something you can use to help.
I'm over the moon. I thought you guessed that immediately.
Now, there's a conversation we had earlier.
Yeah, that's what's making me think that.
It didn't sound like that. It's something with a 5.7 Hemi. A Dodge.
I think it's Mustang based.
Okay.
It's Mustang. I want to say a modular, like a what's called like a 4GT style 4.6.
I want to guess. No, I don't like your face.
It's generally all because
no, just generally. Yeah. I'm going to say it's a Charger, but like a 5.7 Charger. Okay, a Challenger.
It's a C6 Corvette.
God damn it! You know what? Now hold on. I do want to say you've thrown us off there because we were talking about them earlier. That's why part of the reason I was like he wouldn't do that.
Show me the. It's like I can't.
Now is the exhaust standard?
No, of course not.
Nah, that was a stipulation.
It's going to make the engine louder. You should know that.
No, Ben. We've talked about this multiple times. An exhaust, one exhaust can make a car sound completely different from another exhaust. You need. Now, what are you talking about?
L, you got it wrong.
No, that's fine. I'll take the L on that one. But the cars have to have stock exhausts.
I can't control that.
Yes, you can by your little fingers tapping on
No, because you guys will guess anything. You were in that room over there and you guessed a 488 driving on the road out there
because it had a stock exhaust.
No.
It did.
A difficult one.
No.
Let's run the next 2.
Because a stock exhaust can change it. Will played a Murcielago earlier. You could have given me 100 years and I wouldn't have got that was a Murcielago. It sounded broken.
Yeah. Well, then you're not very good at the game, are you? Because it's not going to go 100 years if we're doing 3 cars.
It's fair.
Do you know what? In the future, I'll think about it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Noted.
Okay. It's fair.
See me after class.
Here's the next one.
Number 2 is...
Sorry, I have to... Again,
this will be an engine swap or something.
Yeah.
It'll sound like a motorbike.
That was actually the Dennis Enviro 400.
These guys just bit they go wrong.
Fair. Actually fair. It's 458.
Yeah, I'd probably say 458. It's again modified.
Is it in the Monaco tunnel? Is that in there?
Yeah,
that's Ferrari V8.
That's a 458.
Is it in the Monaco tunnel?
Hold on. Now you're
It's a 458 in the Monaco tunnel. Yeah, Jesus Christ. This is exactly why I'm not going with the first rule because this is just stupid otherwise. It's not fun.
Also, the amount of times I've heard M5s revving in that tunnel, I'm fairly sure I just know the resonance of the tunnel.
Yeah. That's why modified stuff is more fun for me.
Next up.
Because you'll get it otherwise. This is our final one.
Here we go.
Actually, 3's not enough. Please find one.
Because we've got one.
Shall I pick 2 more?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Go on, GSP now. V10.
Viper.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Can I have one more play,
Yeah,
please?
of course you can.
Now hold on. Now he's manual because he put it neutral. Yeah,
That's a Viper.
Or
Yeah,
can go into neutral.
I think. Yeah, but harder than just sticking your foot in. I
like
think
a
it's either going to be a Viper or it's like a G-Power M5. Like when they bought them out. But I think you're right.
I'm saying that's a lazier V10.
I'm saying a Viper.
you get half a point.
What?
It's a Viper ACL.
Yeah, but okay. All right, fine.
Okay, fine. But there's a difference between a C6 Corvette and like a Z06 or a Z01.
Of course,
All
but
right.
there's the same engine in the ACL.
Pull up your next two, Mr. Ref.
Same engine in the C6. It's not.
I
don't know what they are, so give me a second.
I'm going to demand to see the raw file of that C6 clip because
I do get it.
There was something off about it.
Yeah, probably.
About why did it have?
It's a Coyote swap.
Why did it have a CVT spec launch?
I got to think of. I got to think of another 2 cars.
Ben, think of a car. You can think you're surrounded by cars every day. You can think of a car off the top of your head right
Sure.
now. Just think of a car.
We're more than happy to pause.
But it's
going
going to be a car that you're not going to. Okay, we'll pause. Deck cut from here until cars. Next time you see us, there'll be cars.
Right.
Back. We have 2 more cars. And I'll be honest with you. It's not my finest work.
Fine.
I didn't have time.
Okay, sure.
It's been possibly a minute since our last conversation with the creamers.
It cuts back and it's nighttime outside.
Okay, here we go. First car.
Here we go.
And you're going to get it right because you guys are car guys and you would never get one wrong.
Of course, apart from a Corvette C6. Now, I think I know what you're trying to do here. I think you want us to say that is a... Play it again.
I know that noise.
Yeah, it's just it.
It's called C8.
I think you're trying to throw us off and say that it's a Ferrari V8 flat plane, but it's a Corvette.
Corvette C8.
It's 2 quick shifting as well. C8 Corvette as well. Lock in.
Just that?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Well, you say it's a Z06 actually, so it's a ZR1. Look, it's a C8.
I'm gonna say, all right, it's a Z06 C8.
It's a ZR1 C8.
Okay, cool.
But I thought I might throw you off because I didn't know if you'd know about that.
No, there's something in
Like,
there.
I thought you'd be clocked in on the C6, which you weren't, and you were on the C8, which confused me.
From a nerd's point of view, it's not a recognizable noise, but it doesn't sound like the Ferrari V8.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like the McLaren V8. And then after that, there are others, but they're the big ones.
There is a little bit of a tangent. There's a Drive Tribe video that just went out where they drove the Caparo T1, the classic Top Gear car. And I didn't know about it. I'm sure they said it in period, but it went through my 8-year-old skull and out the other side. Was that it was an IndyCar V8 which is a Nissan V8. But that is what McLaren used to develop their 4-litre V8.
Ricardo.
Yeah, and it does a pull. It's literally a McLaren 4-litre V8, just going bam, bam, bam.
Because it's the base of that is R390.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which is cool.
People just hearing numbers being spoken.
Yeah,
to
apologies.
Now, fifth and final.
I was actually recommended this video just now whilst I was looking for other ones. So
You got hit by the algorithm.
You got hit
the
by
algorithm went, this is your next one.
Chad said, have this on me, mate. That's
Now, I was gonna say it sounds like a Ferrari V12.
I think it is
like an FF.
Yeah. Can you run it back, please, one more time?
Sure.
Because it's quite slow revving.
No, that's a 296.
Oh, interesting. See now, look, I'm gonna lock it in because
it's a V6.
Because if you hadn't have said that, I would have carried on and said it was a V12. So I'm gonna say it was a V12 because I wouldn't have got that.
I was about to say a mirror, but they don't do a DC, like a dual clutch version.
Hit it one more time. One last time for the creamers. Yeah. You're right. It is a V6.
I'm going to say that's. My guess is 296.
It's a V6
or an F80 maybe.
You know what? I'm gonna abide by what I would have said first and foremost, which is a V12. But I think you're right. It's a V6. I'm gonna say it's an FF. I'm gonna say it's an FF.
Piccolo V12 290 or an F80. I don't know.
F12 TDF.
F12. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Because
oh man, that's so annoying. Because that was my first thought, but there's something. Is it aftermarket? It is, isn't it?
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, you know what? We come back stronger next week.
Do you know what? 3 out of 5. I expected more from you. You can do better in class.
Fair, completely understandable.
I'm going to say the examples you gave were poor.
Okay. Rating the teacher.
Why were they
I'm going to give you a 1 out of 5.
Why? Sorry, hang on. Why? On the spot, I count with 5 ones, and you only got 3 of them right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, no. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I call yourself a car guy. Anyway, one thing I want to mention about these car videos you always see. Why is it that when you look at a car video of a sound, there are 45 to 50 seconds of nothing happening at the very start of it? I find it so frustrating.
Because I guess especially if you're doing it because you're a car spotter and you're trying to build a following, having videos that are 4 seconds long doesn't probably. Yeah. It's better for people who are searching it, but in reality, you're probably not earning anything.
You're not putting mid rolls in 48 second
also,
video.
A lot of those videos they're not from creators.
No,
you're looking at it from what we do point of view, but this is a guy's gone. I spotted a Lamborghini yesterday. I'll chuck it up on YouTube.
Then show me it from the start. Well, I don't want to see a Lamborghini arriving half an hour before it's here.
This guy probably works in tech or IT. Yeah. He's like,
then you should know how to operate a phone because you can cut the first part out.
To be fair, I've been doing research on Ferrari 550 exhausts, and there's a video on YouTube that's called Ferrari 550 Startup and Revs, and it's literally the car starting up. It's like a 1 minute video. It takes 20 seconds. Starts the car. Then 5 seconds later, he like goes to put it in gear and it goes, that's it. That's the end of the video. Yeah, that's the end of the video. Do you know how angry I was? For the first time, I think in maybe 10 years, I thought about leaving a dislike because I was like, are you joking me?
That's the definition of clickbait right there.
It got me.
But I don't understand it. Like when there's a car coming towards you as well, you hear the induction noise. Well, you can't even hear the induction noise. You can just see a speck in the distance. Like if it's early morning cold start, I don't want to hear your alarm clock go off and then you get out of bed and walk down the stairs, have a cup of tea, walk out to the front. I want to hear the car rev.
A question for you. We talked about this before. Other than the Zonda R Bozzy video, what's a car video? And you can't say Murcielago. What's a car sound video? Because the one that I think of pretty often, I can't remember if it's a DT Rockstar video, but it's a Tuscan video in Holland. And it's the 355 that goes, and the Tuscan goes, and it lets off, and it goes. That will pop into my head. I'd say at least once a week since I've been 10.
There's a million Murcielago ones. I've got a load from my YouTube in like 2007, 2008. I've got they're like a
playlist.
I made a playlist.
Yeah, I've got.
So I go back through them, and some of them I just haven't seen in God knows how. There's a really low res one of a sort of slightly beigey, goldy brown 6.2 Murcielago. And a man shouts in what sounds like Italian angrily, and then the car just goes wham bam, and then it just takes off and leaves this massive set of 11s. I found it like a few weeks ago again. I was like, I have not seen this video in about 15 years.
If I go to the bottom of my liked things,
there's a load of 350Z ones I remember.
Oh,
like InGen stuff or N1 exhaust stuff like that.
Going to the bottom of my likes. It's a long way.
Of what the go-to ones in terms of a core exhaust video memory, anything Kreisig.
Yeah, anything. Yeah, I think we talked about it before.
Kreisig video might be the most famous.
There was the Koenig car that had the Kreisig on it. The first video I have on my liked videos is Lamborghini Aventador sound and exhaust flame. That was posted 13 years ago, and it is the orange. It is an orange.
It's Aventador dot,
but with silver wheels, not black wheels. Kind of weird. So we will return next week, but please put some of your favorite car sounds. We think we've done it before, but your videos, maybe you link them. Talk about. Yeah, actually, no, don't do that. Because everyone in the comments is just going to leave the Cream podcast.
Send them to Ben.
Do you know what?
Ben's DM's about to be
go on then.
flooded with links.
It saves me some time.
Also, just be careful just don't open all the links.
Don't open all the links. Yeah. If it says Penn Island, don't click that one.
What does that mean?
No, don't worry about it.
If it asks for an age verification, leave.
Click on it.
I'm too young.
But you can't get in.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else?
There's a couple other things. Actually, I wanted to mention this. This was from the comments of the Hummer video. EV charging people.
Will's been very upset about this.
All of you proved your point.
Yeah.
You proved your point, but you also proved our point.
Mm-hmm.
Is we've said that it's complicated and it shouldn't be complicated.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the EV charging people said, actually, you were using the AC DC 379 adapter, not the 757 DC 7C adapter, you stupid idiot. That's why you couldn't have medium fasting over fast charging. What the frigging heck? When I go to a petrol pump, some pumps might go slower than the others, but they all go roughly at a similar pace. I don't ever turn up to, unless it's has run out of petrol or has run out of diesel, I'm pretty good at any petrol station. I don't go there and they go, oh, wrong nozzle, mate.
Yeah. No, you leave. Get out.
You cannot be here. Also, this one, just for Renaults.
Yeah.
You cannot use this. Oh, and this pump, you'll be 45 minutes filling this up. EV charging people and EV people are some of the saddest people alive.
Now, hang on a second.
No, because Ben is a sympathizer.
Yeah, but yeah.
I agree with you to a point about the charging, but I also you don't understand it, so it seems crazy. It's the same thing as to why. So yesterday I was looking at doing some stuff to my Clio.
Hear me out.
I was looking at Type D, Type E coolant.
Yeah, but that is totally different.
But normal people don't have to do that.
Well, of course they do.
No, they don't.
Oil types in their cars.
No, they take it to a person.
No, you got to top it up.
But this is you need to know this. You need to know this to even use the car. That is like saying to operate the vehicle on my driving test, they're going to ask me to get a gearbox out of a 182.
I don't agree, because then in that case, then like your phone.
No,
your phone charger.
Don't give me that.
Different chargers.
No. Your phone comes with a charger.
Yeah.
Correct.
Your phone comes with a charger, and where do you plug that into? Okay, here is an example of what that's like. It's like, here's your phone charger, mate. It's got 5 little prongs in it.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit in your wall. It only fits in 5 walls in all of the country.
But some of the walls in your house, they'll have different ones.
That's
You go
not true,
to it, and you'll finally get the right plug. You plug it into the wall, and your house goes, nah, mate, can't do that.
Does every charger have a 3-pin plug?
Every EV comes with a charger with a 3-pin plug.
Okay, but the charger that came with the Hummer wouldn't plug into all chargers.
Which by the way,
correct?
Which one? Well, the adapter.
Yeah.
You need an adapter, but that adapter also doesn't work with some plugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like saying, oh, well, my lightning adapter for my iPhone doesn't fit with your USB-C thing.
Because that's not the thing. The lightning is the lightning adapter is the car itself.
No, the phone's the
other end of it. It's the other end of it. Why can't I plug my thing into your thing?
But if I said to my grandmother, oh yeah, you need a USB-A cable there, you need a USB-C. Or
what's she doing? She's transferring footage? She an editor?
I'd love that. I'd be taking a lot of time.
But she goes out, she buys a phone.
Correct.
Grandma Rogers buys her phone.
She's
bought an iPhone on her simple son's recommendation.
Fine. I'm not her son.
Sorry, grandson. Your dad. Sorry, crazy. It's all getting confusing.
Also, Ben's dad who listens to the podcast just catching flack for no reason. Sorry, mate.
Forget the family relations. A woman has bought.
An old lady has bought an iPhone.
An old lady has bought an iPhone.
She's fallen into the river in Lego City.
And it comes with a charger, right? She hasn't got to worry. She hasn't got to go, oh, is this an A or a C or a Type D or whatever?
It plugs into the wall.
It plugs into the wall.
But that's fine. Pause. Wait, no. Because that's then like saying, okay, your phone's come with a charger in the box. That's great. But I'm now going to borrow Will's charger to plug it into my phone.
No. Not the case.
Yeah, of course, because the Hummer and it's a Tesla supercharger plugging into a Hummer.
Hold the phone. Quite literally.
That's what we're trying to do.
No, but what we're saying is that, and I know this is almost true, but not really true, is like, I take that charger, which fits in every plug in the wall. Have you ever plugged your phone in and it's gone, can't charge here, mate?
It's not possible.
You cannot charge here because the AC/DC aren't playing this tonight.
The end we're dealing with is the one that goes into the car.
Or
the USB-C port.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the fact that I plug a car in. I have an electric car. I plug the car in, and then the charger says to me, You can't charge there.
You plug your phone in and it goes, mate, if you go to the kitchen, that's going to be much quicker.
No, that's wild again, because that's like saying, okay, I'm going to take an iPhone charger from 20 years ago or 10 years ago, and I'm going to expect it to charge as quick as my current iPhone charger.
Okay, but now let's relate it to fuel.
The technology has advanced. You can't expect them to just replace all the chargers the second that...
But now let's relate it to fuel. When I go to a petrol station, no one ever says, brother, you can't fill up with this petrol.
That's fair. But you can't in some cars.
Like what?
Like you can't put E10 in all cars, can you? Because
yes,
they're
you
old.
Can. No, you can.
You shouldn't, because it's bad for the car.
But you can.
But you shouldn't.
But you can.
But you're recommended to not do it.
But I still can.
Of course you could.
But in a pickle,
if
I'm in a pickle, I've got 5 miles of range.
I whacked it into my Hummer and I made the port bigger and the other charger could fit in it, then it would go in the car. It doesn't mean it's going to not mess the car up.
But this is what I'm... Ben is actually an electric car sympathizer.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that this argument is stupid because you don't understand.
No, okay.
And neither do I.
Okay, as someone on the other side, I can understand where you're both going with both arguments. You're saying that it is a hardware issue that will be overcome in time and it will be generalized and everything will make sense.
Yeah.
That's fine, and I think that can be overcome. But what will not be overcome is me turning up to a charger and there being 3 other people there and it now going, enjoy a half as fast charge,
that's
clown.
Completely fair.
Because someone commented and someone said, I don't know, there was a comment saying like, obviously that happens on petrol cars. You go there and there's different prices and different days because we said it gets more expensive. that's not the point. The point is, if I turn up to a petrol pump and there are 4 other people using the pump, my pump doesn't get more expensive or take longer to fill up.
Also, yes, prices change. They do not change by the hour. Sometimes they might change maybe by a penny or two. They do not change. Literally, we looked at that Tesla graph. It almost changes by 50% throughout the day how much it costs. And then probably that variation, it says 50p per kilowatt. I don't know what the hell a kilowatt in relation to, if you would relate that to like a litre or something.
Yeah.
But either way, whatever it is, I would say I'm relatively tech savvy, and there are so many different ways to do it. It's like, you need an app. Needing an app to fill out. Tell me that isn't horse manure.
But you only need an app if you don't have...
You only need the app once.
No, but also you're using a Tesla. I'm not defending it, but the Tesla thing, and I will admit this: the Tesla way of filling up a car is good. You first of all set up on your screen on your car.
Hold on, sorry, just a quick aside. This is the best way of doing it. First of all, step 1. It's never good if it starts with a step 1.
On your car screen or the app or whatever, you connect your card to your car. Okay, so car knows this is your card. Okay. You then walk up to Tesla Supercharger. You pick up the charger. You put it in your car. It locks in and starts charging.
Here's the best way.
It locks in.
Here's the best way. The best way is I pull up.
Hang on, it starts
I plug
charging.
the car in. It starts charging. Yep. At the end of the charging, I pay. I leave.
Which is exactly what happens. You take the thing out of it, and then it clicks linked to your car.
Do I need to use my phone?
Huh? No. Not once it's set up. For the first 30 seconds of the first time you charge, you do, and then you plug it into the car, and I will admit that's a good system. But with the Hummer, it was not a good system, right? But that's because you're using chargers that aren't built for your car.
But surely you would admit, because you were there with us, that we tried to not use Tesla stuff. The only one we could get to do Tesla stuff to get to charge the car quick enough. And someone commented and said there was a fast charger 2 minutes away from where we were. We looked on the map multiple times. We tried everywhere around. The only one we could get to work was the Tesla one. So we were locked on that one.
But we didn't.
We tried to go to another one, and what happened?
There were
3 charges, and he said he will be there for 45 minutes.
That's fair.
Do people not value their time that much? They go, I want to have this electric car because I hate my family, I hate free time, and I hate hobbies.
Well, actually, you could argue that he was having good family time because he had his family in the car.
That's true. Yeah, very
family time.
Maybe
They
got a little
drive
through, and then they went and sat there and waited.
Cool. The American dream.
Listen, sign me up.
Because I will say, I think I'm in the mid. I'm probably leaning towards the I don't like electric cars side. I'm not the I hate them all. I want them off the road. I don't care.
I have a place.
I will not have one because I don't like them much.
I hate them.
But the Hummer, if that charged well, if I had a charger at home, I'd have the Hummer.
Yeah,
I really honestly would. Also ridiculous because that the comment section was 50%. You're being paid to say this, and then the other 50% was this is an electric car. I'm not watching this. You socialist pig. What are we talking about, man?
Also, we were not paid to do it. Why? If we were paid to do it, why would GMC not provide a car? We rented that car.
We talked about this in the last podcast.
I wasn't here for it.
I'm a huge hater of electric cars, especially after the Renault 5 thing.
I'm not a sympathizer of this. I'm just trying to show another angle of the part of it could be because you don't understand it.
The fact that it isn't easily available to fill up in like an emergency is, and then you have then further to drive that.
Which is,
I've never experienced it in a fuel car, in a petrol diesel powered car.
Yeah.
That you have a possibility that a petrol station is shut or they're refueling or whatever is, but that is, I would say, a handful of times in my time driving.
It sounded like ham.
Yeah, I did. I heard that too. Also, deck leave that in.
But the thing I had with the Renault 5, which I genuinely, and again, I can't charge it at home. That is one thing I will say. Yeah. I can't charge it at home. It's cheaper and more efficient to be able to charge at home. But at the same time, not everyone can charge at home.
Exactly.
So I don't think it's a valid argument. Yep. Is that time I went to go and pay at Tesco's and it went, oh yeah, you have to download the app. Now you've downloaded that. Now you need to make an account. And now you've made an account. Now you can pick the pump, pick the thing. And then it still didn't work.
That's fair.
Do you know how frustrating that is as a user?
But also,
one of the most expensive purchases you make doesn't work properly.
But realistically, if you lived in the US, most people probably could charge it where we were because,
of course,
most houses, that sort of thing.
And equally, like it's a rental. Like the person who owns that car has one at home. It's the equivalent of every single morning getting in your petrol car and the tank is full. So yeah, that day you're probably not going to need to go to the petrol station. And the beauty is that you wake up the next morning and it's full again, and you never have to go to a petrol station. So it saves you that. But like you said, in the UK, if you live in a flat,
You're done.
You're not having it.
Or a terraced house with no driveway.
Exactly.
Or you have just like cables coming across the road.
'Cause
Yeah.
I always say that electric cars have a place in like a as a city car. It's quiet. It's not like polluting a load, and if you're doing like, I don't know, 10 miles a day, 5 miles a day, your range is going to last forever. But also, if you live in a city, you probably park on the street, or you park in like an underground car park or something where there's either very limited electric car like parking and charging, or none. So it's like where do they actually fall into?
Well, also the Hummer
what people use.
we were using all day, every day.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't do that much range.
But equally, like that is an American's day to day. They're doing lots of miles. And I'd say in the week that we were there, 6 days we were there, we spent 5 to 6 hours charging minimum, I would say.
Yeah, but you loved it. You got to go to the toilet.
I got to go to the toilet. I got to go to get a drink at the local store.
We spotted cars.
We looked at walnuts for sale.
We did look at walnuts.
There was a great price.
A great dap. Me and Will had it in the video.
In a very good, that was nice.
Otherwise,
that's true.
But yeah, so electric cars, TDCs, we're neither here nor there. That we're not sponsored by them.
One thing we will say is after the Hummer video, you probably won't see one again. At least there is a Renault 5 video coming, but still.
That's on 2DC. But
you might not know, by the way, we posted the Hummer video, and no one actually
watched it.
So
we said that yesterday.
All the people listening and going, "What Hummer video?
What video?"
Didn't see that.
I've not seen
the one on the electric car. I deliberately didn't click on it.
Yeah, so very sorry. No more electric cars. Maybe.
The one after it is a manual E60 M5. You'll like that.
Anyway, that was a big tangent. Not even a tangent.
Do you
Big
know what,
argument.
I think sometimes you need to have a good argument with the boys.
I think it's exactly right.
Clear the air.
Yeah.
Who the hell is clear the air?
Clear the air. And also, there's now going to be people in the comments arguing. And then they will argue with people they know.
That was my one other thing I wanted to say. I will say, as someone who's on neither side, electric car loyalists might be the most insufferable humans in any comment section ever.
Oh, fair.
I saw in that video in the comment section, one guy, I think I might have talked about this yesterday, who just would not stop replying to people. He replied to every comment that was even barely, it wasn't even like people going, "Oh, I hate this thing." It was people going, that didn't look like the most fun experience. And him replying to them going, "You're an idiot. They're great. They're the best thing ever."
Yeah.
Man, calm down. It's a car.
Also, what's blinded you, brother?
Yeah.
What has made you? Who's paying you? Who's paying you?
Who's paying, yeah. We're being paid. Nah, you're being paid.
Anyway,
turns out all of you, if you're listening to this, all creamers are being paid by electric cars.
Yeah, you're all.
That's it.
Big Electric is paying all of you. Elon's out to get everyone.
He's trying to shift those Cybertrucks.
You put in here C63 RWS. What that mean?
I was on the weekend, I was fixing the E36. I mashed up a wheel bearing that I was installing. I had to put a post up and say, "Please, does anybody have one to help me?" Because I need to get it off the ramp. And a guy said, "I'm going to be at Mercedes-Benz World at a meet." In fact, I will pull up his name because I believe he may be a creamer. His name...
Potential creamer
spotted. His name was Richard Baker. Also just doxed him for no reason. But he's got a very nice E36. And he said, "Yeah, come down. I'm at this car meet." Went, picked up the meat. I saw a Lamborghini Gallardo on bags there, which I have been speaking. You've been speaking to the man who owns that. And as I was leaving Mercedes-Benz World, if you don't know, it has think like there's Porsche driving academy centers where they've got skid pads and all that sort of stuff. And I was driving down the road, and parallel to it is this kind of slalom course they have in the wet. And it was a new C63 because they don't do an E63, right? I think they don't do an E yet of this new gen. Because it was a brand new one. I don't think so. But I think it was a C63, so it's the 4-cylinder one. I don't care. But it was doing the slalom, and it has rear wheel steering. And I was going at the exact same speed. It was kind of uncanny. It looked like I was in a game or something. I was in third person. And it was the most bizarre looking thing because the rear wheels would turn, and it almost crab walked through the slalom. And I just thought that might be the best in my head, because we experienced it with the Hummer, the best technology that is newly going into cars, I think. Rear wheel steering, because I watched it do the most elegant but controlled slalom I think I've ever seen. If I was a rich old boy testing out this new car and being shown it, I would be like, hell yeah, get me one of these.
I guess with rear wheel steering, it's important, but only because cars have become so large.
Exactly.
But I guess it is, but it's an incredibly good tech. It does worry me, stuff like that.
Going wrong. It's really not great.
It's because rear wheel steering was a thing in like the 80s, 90s, right?
Yeah.
And it was is it not a Tesla?
Tesla was on R33s, I think, maybe
and people
2s
do
as
like
well.
they have like a lockout kit because of
To stop it from,
yeah. But also, this is a C63. Now, it's maneuverability, cool. But if that stops it from doing a fantastic
big old
skid,
Dugget.
then what are we doing here, AMG? They're thinking, right, we need to make the C63 4-wheel steering. It's possibly 4-wheel drive. Don't know.
I don't know that. I will check that now. But here you go. There's a photo of the what's called
rear-wheel steering. But yeah, rear-wheel steering is I see it on lots of Range Rovers a lot now.
Like that. It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
A car that's going to pootle around in London for some reason.
Yeah.
Someone wants a Range Rover in London, but they all do.
Yeah.
And it can turn on a dime.
On a dime.
It was genuinely. It was eye-opening for me on the.
Can't wait for someone to be a specialist in fixing faulty rear-wheel steering in about 20
can't
years.
wait for someone to hack into my rear-wheel steering and slide me into the oncoming lane for no reason.
Yeah, you hit some opposite lock though, and it'll be fine.
Ooh.
You're just grabbing down the road or something. You've also put in here BMW man at the lights.
That was a really weird experience. Again, on that same drive, I was coming back to the unit and I was I was in the M3. I pulled up at set lights in Bracknell. I had my windows down. It was a really lovely day. And there was a E60 wagon, 5 Series wagon. No mods, no nothing of interest. Brown barge.
Was it the brown barge?
It was brown barge, but black.
Okay.
And I pulled up at set lights, pulled up next to this guy. He had his window down too. And I didn't even look at him. I was just looking straight. And I heard, ha, German cars, am I right?
Wow.
And I looked over and he went, bloody everywhere these days, aren't they? and I went, I guess they are. And do you know what he said to me? He went, it's crazy. We fought them in the 40s, didn't we? And now, now they're taken over. and I stared at him because I was confused.
But he was in a BMW.
He was in a BMW.
What?
I would get it if he's in a Jag.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I see your point. I get it. You're a British car man.
I'd also get it if it was possibly 1994.
Yeah, where cars are just like, brother, where have you been for the last 20 years? But I just stared at him and went, yeah.
One day he just regained consciousness, looked around and saw everyone in a BMW, Audi or Merc and went, they finally beaten us.
Oh, yeah, he forgot what car he bought, looked down and went, me too? God, no. They got to me. But it was one of the most odd interactions I've had, perhaps in the last decade.
Like one of those scenes in a movie, they look in the mirror and they see like exactly what they don't want to be.
Exactly. But with the light went green, I literally thought, I don't want to speak anymore to you. I reckon I'm maybe 15 seconds away from getting something really not nice said.
Yeah.
I reckon a slur's coming out at some point.
Something dodgy is coming out.
So I'm going to leave.
Yeah, he's stolen that car.
Yeah.
Or you go, your car's German too. What?
No.
This is a Passat.
This is a BMW.
That is also German. What else we got? Oh, we got a new bullshit tyre name. We
A lovely one
just today on Rory's vehicle outside. I don't know, it hasn't mentioned it. It's a green Mini.
Yep.
It's horrible.
It's really terrible.
It really is horrible.
If you like terrible cars, tune into that video.
But we quite like on any car actually. I quite like to just check out the tyres.
You got to check them out.
See them out. If you can't recognise it from a distance, go and check it out. Like, a Michelin. I don't need to check out the Michelin. I can see it's a Michelin.
It looks great.
Or a Pirelli or whatever. But this I was like, right, not seen this tread before. Let's have a look. We got
I've got it here.
Matador.
The Matador.
Brand.
Yeah.
Hectora 3.
And I've heard that Hectora is going to be running 3 T66 turbos going into race wars. Ben?
It sounds like he is.
Sounds like I'll be there.
That is a Fast and Furious quote.
Okay. Hector, not one of the most extreme bullshit names, but it's up there.
And he's got Hector.
It's got this sort of this sort of Spanish vibe to it. I like the Matador Hectora 3.
Yeah,
and I'm sure it's Korean.
It's also
something.
Could you've got the Matador, could pull up with the Murcielago.
It's also
it's
a Hectora 3. So
what were the first two like?
So this is Tokyo Drift at this stage. They've come far. So it's like they're going to have the 4S.
Yeah, I can't wait
Cup 3.
Can't wait for Tora 6 is what it would be, I think, or Hex 7.
Matador.
Hex 7.
Turnpike you've also put in here.
Yes, this is something kind of interesting. We spoke a few weeks ago about the fact that Speed Hunters is dead. Well, we believe is dead. There's nothing more being posted on it. And a load of ex-Speed Hunters guys and gals have put together a new website called Turnpike, which is, look, I'd say it was original in design. I think it looks. I'll pull it up on the screen here. But it's kind of like a website where it's photos based of car culture.
Okay.
And I love it. I love it. I think it's completely original.
It's new. It's original.
It might sound like I'm taking the piss, but I actually really like it. It's essentially Speed Hunters again.
In a
good way. Just over here. Ooh. Turnpike. So there's not many articles on there right now because they've literally just started it, but it is hopefully the beginnings of Speed Hunters 2. The two speed, two hunters. We'll call it two turn, two pike.
Two turn, two pike.
Yeah.
Evil.
So I would recommend, if you like car culture stuff, you like nice photos, you like people going around the world and discovering car stuff, go have a look at this and give them some support. I might even email in and say, yo, if you want an article about the cultural significance of the Ninky Nonk, the microcar Virgo, we could do something.
We could do that. If anyone wants an article about all of the Lamborghini Gallados and Ferrari 550s in the world
sale, we could definitely do that.
It's just a list.
You might be able to find it. We won't do it to Deck, the editor, for this, but there was a point where my thing popped up and said new listing for Ferrari 550, and I completely ignored what you guys said and checked out. So sorry.
And if you want to know, if the Ninky Nonk can get up Shelsey Walsh hill climb, then
that'll be within a week or two. There are still some tickets left, but I believe for Shelsey Walsh, it's foodandfuel.com. Perhaps just type food and fuel in on Google. See what happens. But come see us there. We will be there. Ben will be going up the hill. There's a discount code. And it's called something.
It's TDC10.
Hey, thanks so much.
But don't take my word for it.
And what does that get you off?
I think that gets you TDC10 off.
What
does it get you off?
All right. That's my business, mate. That's none of yours.
It'll get you off a speeding charge pronto.
That's not true. We're going to tell you that's not true.
If you get pulled over, quote TDC10 and get arrested.
No, use code TDC10 for, I would assume, 10% off.
Get your Surely sentence. Not. There's no way.
Is it 10%?
You know what? Everyone, go to the website, try out the discount code.
See what it does.
See what it does. I've heard Ben told me that it's 100% off, and you can hold him to that.
That seems inaccurate.
Put in doc 100, and it will block you from the website.
It will block you from getting any further.
Do you want to end on? Do you want to tell people what you suggested to me earlier about the hill climb?
I suggested earlier.
I hate this.
For those of you that don't know, there is a hill climb event at Shelsey Walsh. That's the one we'll be at. Ben is not bringing his Clio. So I suggested, while Ben wasn't here, to M, who organised the event, can Ben go up in the Ninky Nonk in our microcar, which may struggle to even get up.
Quite a funny moment.
And there will be an ambulance there, which is for safety. And I say, can Will and I then chase Ben up the hill in the ambulance? And I said to him, it's funny, but Ben will actually be really upset by that. Yeah, and so today I floated the idea with Ben. And Ben, I want you to be honest to the creamers. What was your reaction when I finished explaining it?
I can't say it out loud. I wasn't happy.
No, you know what? But mimic the intonation, but without using swear words. Because I can do it if you want.
You can do it.
You went, no, I'm not doing that. Are you joking? Why would I do that?
I'm not doing that. What are you talking about? Also, they went, oh, do you want to do that? That would be so fun. And I was like, okay, well.
It would be quite funny.
We offered you
£40. That's not enough.
We said, what's it worth? You? Ben said money. So he said 40 quid. He said no.
That is money.
And then I offered you that Will and I would drive the ambulance.
I don't want it at all.
And then I said, okay, fine. What if we wore nurses' outfits, like from a Halloween store?
I would need £40.
And even then you said no.
What if we were in a...
You stressed it like it's all great fun for everyone but me. and like I would go, oh, mate, that sounds... Sure, yeah, I'll do that.
You're going up in an Ninky Nonk.
What if we were in a liveried up, like a doctor-liveried microcar?
That's quite funny.
Matching car.
Because also, we're in it, so like...
Hold on.
Ours is slower than yours at that point.
Or we buy two more.
Listen,
2 more.
3 microcars going up the hill is really quite funny.
I've named my price. You refuse to pay it.
40, 50
it was $4 grand.
It was $5 I said I would do it for.
Sorry, crazy.
That's my minimum for being humiliated in front of thousands of people.
Anyone that complains about us messing with Ben and us all messing with each other, just remember that. Just remember that Ben wanted $5 grand.
I wasn't being serious. I was kind of joking. But I said that would be the minimum that I would take to be humiliated in front of that many people.
I was being serious when I said £40. The offer is always
£40. I'd rather just not have the £40.
I'll double that.
£80. So I'm getting
£60.
90. I'd say 1975 to 1990, £25.
I'm not doing it. And now, do you know what? I'm not going up the hill at all.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not, because I don't trust that you're not going to pull some of that.
I promise I won't. I actually promise I won't. I'm not doing if you don't like it, but you got to go up in the Ninky Nonk.
But what if there's an incident?
It's quite funny to do that.
What if there is an incident
and you have to get up there? Actually, that's true. It might not even be up to us.
Yeah, but
if someone calls in, look, the top of the hill right now, there is a car on fire. Ambulance, mate, you have to get up there. He'll be on his way.
God, that's when I would disappear.
Also, you're pretty quick.
Not in the Ninky Nonk.
Fastest man alive.
But we know Cleo because I'm not going to get it sorted in time. So it's not happening.
Okay.
The Ninky Nonk, I'll consider taking that up the hill, but I need reassurance that I'm not going to be bullied by you two.
I need a guarantee.
How do you know? You don't. No, because I listen, what is Shelsey Walsh hill climb? I mean, what, 20 minutes?
Oh, God, yeah. It's going to be like 5 minutes.
Be the only 20 minutes a day I get away from you two, where I can just have a bit of peace.
20 minutes?
You're not.
Ninky Nonk, yeah.
Are you pushing it?
So we will report back on that. It'll be probably 3 or 4 podcasts from now.
Yeah.
We will of course come back with some stories, I'm sure. But for now, I think that's a nice place to end. We've had our argument. We've had some car sounds. We'll be back with some more. I think, how long is this episode, Ben? It's quite long.
1 hour, 33 minutes.
Oh, that's a nice one. That's a nice
it's
one.
not, because we'll cut some stuff out. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we're over an hour. This is a perfect time to end. Thank you very much for listening to the Cars Rule Everything Around Me podcast. We will see you next week as ever. Ben, you can be back next week?
I'll think about it.
Okay, sure. $4 grand, $5 grand next week. As always, remember, Cars Rule Everything Around Me. C.R.E.A.M get the money.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Hill climbs.